Shalom, my brothers and sisters of the future. Soon it will be the 4th Hebrew month as mentioned in the Torah. The sons of Korach used their oral tradition to corrupt the Torah in my time. Yet again in your time, the same backstabbers of who have written their own brand of the Torah has given honor not to God, but a pagan idol of Babylon. Tammuz, more commonly known as Tammuz, is an ancient Mesopotamian deity. His name is derived from the Akkadian form Tammuzi, which itself comes from the early Sumerian Damuzid, meaning the flawless young. Later, it became Dumuzid or Dumuzi in Standard Sumerian. God of fertility and shepherds, Tammuz was primarily associated with fertility, vegetation and the cycles of nature, particularly the new life that emerges in spring. He was also a pastoral deity, often referred to as Sipad, shepherd, and linked to the well-being of sheep, healthy lambs and abundant milk. Mythology of death and rebirth. A central theme in the mythology of Tammuz is his annual death and return from the underworld. This cycle symbolizes the seasonal changes, with his death often representing the dry, hot summer when vegetation withers, and his return signifying the renewal of life and fertility in the rainy season. Different myths describe his descent into the underworld. One common story involves his consort, the goddess Inanna, Ishtar in Akkadian mythology, who goes to the underworld and upon finding Tammuz not mourning her, sends demons after him to take her place for half the year. Other myths suggest he was killed by an evil woman or by demons. Worship and festivals. The cult of Tammuz was widespread throughout Mesopotamia, including Sumer, Akkad, Babylonia and Assyria. His worship involved two main yearly festivals. One celebrated his marriage to Inanna, which was believed to magically fertilize nature for the year. The other lamented his death, with rituals of mourning and lamentation performed often by women. Biblical reference. Tammuz is mentioned in the Bible, specifically in the book of Ezekiel, Ezekiel 8:14. The prophet Ezekiel describes a vision where he sees women weeping for Tammuz at the entrance of the Lord's house in Jerusalem, which God calls a detestable thing, highlighting the Israelites' adoption of pagan practices. Influence on other mythologies. The myth of Tammuz is seen as a precursor or parallel to other dying and rising deities in ancient Near Eastern cultures such as the Phoenician Adonis and the Egyptian Osiris. Jewish calendar. The name Tammuz is also the name of the 4th month in the Jewish calendar, roughly corresponding to June-July. This name was adopted from Babylonian usage after the Babylonian exile, serving as a reminder of the idolatry that led to judgment. Beware of those who would make themselves judges over you. Keep the Torah true in your lives and no idle delusions or fantasies of others. Stay the course and may your children be Torah defenders. The legacy of Tammuz stretches far beyond the boundaries of ancient Mesopotamia. His story, deeply connected to the cycles of nature and the rhythms of the seasons, has left a lasting imprint on human history and culture. As we reflect on the influence of this ancient deity, we can see traces of his myth in various religious and cultural traditions throughout the ancient Near East and beyond. The festivals that once honored Tammuz, celebrating the changing of the seasons and the mysteries of nature, have faded into history, but their spirit endures in the customs and beliefs of later generations. The idea of nature's renewal, reflected in the seasonal cycles and agricultural rites, is a theme that appears in many ancient mythologies and traditions. Furthermore, the warning found in the book of Ezekiel stands as a timeless reminder of the dangers of turning away from one's faith and adopting foreign customs. It urges us to remain vigilant and true to our beliefs, to recognize the influences that surround us, and to pass on the values of our heritage to future generations. As we conclude this exploration of Tammuz, let us remember the importance of understanding our past in order to navigate our present and future. The stories of ancient figures like Tammuz offer us valuable lessons about the human experience, the cycles of nature, and the enduring strength of tradition and faith. Stay the course and may your children be guardians of the truth and wisdom that has been handed down through the ages. Ending credits by ben-Emmett.